Hi guys. Um, I'm a little late to the party. I just wanted to jump on here and give my 2 cents about the Trump verdict from last week. Uh, I know I'm very late to this party. I'm probably not even invited anymore, right? You guys tore my invitation up and threw it out the door, right? I really don't think I have anything new to add. I just wanted to say that I thought it was interesting. So, yes, recap. Trump was indicted on all 34 charges of, I don't know, I guess giving hush money to Stormy Daniels, the porn star. And I guess his sentencing is around July 11th or something. Now, what did I think about all that? First of all, I want to make this very clear. I do not prefer either one of those men. None. And there is nothing that anybody could ever say to convince me that they are people that I would enjoy talking to for too long, okay? But that does not mean that I think that Donald Trump was treated fairly, okay? I don't have to like Donald Trump to think that everything was right with that trial. Because I don't think that, and I don't prefer him. Especially because I still have the sneaky suspicion that I should walk around guarding my crotch. You know what I'm talking about. There are many things that he did besides that I don't like. Many things in his past. I still think that he is being treated unfairly. You all already know that I've talked about Joe Biden a lot, especially when it comes to how I feel that a lot of his speeches are deceptive, and I feel pretty bad for people that are looking for jobs today and people that have no food at all. But he is going out there telling people that the economy is fine. I've made videos on that already in the past. He really got me annoyed at that Super Bowl time when I think he made some commercial. He was literally using a bowl of candy to make his point. It was a prop to show that he could relate to us because he realized now that the products were shrinking, the shrinkflation, and that they cost too much. Sorry, there's a big truck. The products cost too much that we're eating, and there's not, the sizes of them have been shrunk. And he's going to go talk to his people and tell them that they need to stop that. They need to stop doing that. However, my products are smaller. They're watered down, they're thinned out, and they cost more than they ever have. And I just don't feel like that conversation took place, Joe Biden. I don't like either one of their nepotism towards their own family in the past. I don't like this warmongering. I don't like this newfound connection with black people that they did not have before. Anyway, that aside, I think the whole trial was a farce. I feel like in his trial, the simple and the complex collided. There was a collision between the revelations that they wanted to make about Donald Trump, which were not at all surprising, and the subterfuge, meaning the things that he had really done, the things that they don't want him to do in his future, the things that they're worried about if he's reelected. And so it caused confusion in many people's mind because there are moral issues that are being turned into criminal issues. And let's be honest, even if they were criminal issues, they could have been addressed years ago. And you have to ask yourself, well, why now? Why all this concern for how Stormy Daniels gets paid? They weren't concerned about that when he was visiting her like almost 2 decades ago. It's just interesting. And that's what makes it look like what it is, a farce. Like I said, I'm not saying that he hasn't done things wrong. And this is no advocacy for him, because don't get it twisted. I don't advocate for Donald Trump. So, what I don't like among all of the things that have come out is this is using the judicial system to win a case that's not the case. It reminds me of the story of, I think it's called Susanna and the Elders, or it might be the Elders and Susanna. I don't know. It was in the Apocrypha. And I'm not going to read you the story, but basically, there was a beautiful woman. She was a pious woman. 2 judges wanted to sleep with her. They were the elders. So they set her up when she did not consent. And they made up this whole narrative about her being with another man to get her to be executed because she did not consent to their advances. And because they were judges, because they held the title and the rank, and she was just a woman, she was the one that they could make look bad. She was about to get killed. And it was only because a fair person, Daniel, I believe he is the Daniel that was locked in the cave with the den, and he was locked in the den with the lions, and I think he was the Daniel that interpreted the dreams and saw the writing on the wall. But it was because of Daniel, and he knew how to administer justice, that Susanna was saved. Now, we all know Trump is not Susanna. But the circumstances are very similar, if you know what I mean. So I think that that's the situation we have going on here. And if you read the story, you'll know how Daniel figured that one out. I don't know if someone needs to pass that story along to the judge that is presiding over Donald Trump's case, but they should. Anyway, I don't, like I said, have to like Donald Trump or Joe Biden to know that language is being misused to play with the people's minds. I feel like one way that they're doing it right now is going around screaming this phrase that I keep hearing. It is so annoying. He is a threat to democracy. That's what they say. Donald Trump is. He is a threat to democracy. Oh, he is a threat to democracy. I think they said the same thing about Putin too. Hmm. We could just take out whoever's name we want. It's like Mad Libs and just stick in another noun, stick in another proper noun right there. It doesn't have it, we they don't care. They don't care whose noun is. It's whatever fits the agenda, right? It's the Mad Libs of politics, right? But anyway, I was thinking about why that was so annoying to me, and I realized it has to do with I think it's synecdoche. Synecdoche. Yeah, that's how you say that, because I always mess up that word. So that is so synecdoche is a figure of speech, and it's like when they take a part of something to represent the whole. So, like if you were going to say, those are some nice wheels you got there, but the wheels represent the car. So what I noticed, that's kind of tricky, that that I feel like is being done, is they call Donald Trump a threat to democracy, without really defining what democracy is. We just know that he's a threat to it. And they know that democracy for most people represents freedom of the people. So he is a threat to the freedom of the people. But they never really say what democracy is comprised of. What is the composition of democracy? Is it just freedom? Or is democracy also comprised of other things, other parts? So they often leave that out so that it's easier for us to believe in the threat. And then they kind of skip off into the sunset, without us questioning what democracy is comprised of, which to me is justice. Justice is also a part of democracy, fairness. So then I say to myself, if there is a lack of fairness, if there is a lack of justice, is that also not a threat to democracy? Would that not mean that there are two threats to democracy? Oh. I don't talk a lot because people sometimes, they just amaze me. And not in a good way. You cannot just look at a part of something and say that that's the whole of it. In hopes that if the part is removed, that you'll still be a whole. Oh. Anyway, I hope this wasn't too confusing, guys. They really are trying to confuse the hell out of us. Stay clear-minded. Bye.